There's a new token being released today. It's gold, and I'm going to begin some, and I'm going to tell you why. Let's get into gold. Okay, so firstly, this gold token relates to DeFi Dungeons. By the way, incidentally, gold in real life, gold is one of the only things actually going up in this market as stocks and crypto crash. So maybe I think, if they start to put some bounties into memes, it could also get some more exposure that way. So this is a game that's created by Longwood Labs, which is the company behind Remnants, which was 2021, Play the Heist, which I'll touch on at the end, and now DeFi Dungeons. And basically, it's a play-to-earn game where you can earn gold, created by the same team as I just covered. And we can get gold initially through this alpha vault, which we will. And then from there, well, potentially you will, I will. And then from there, I will DLM it for a week. And I'll do that live, and I'll update everyone on my strategies, and sometimes it will go well, sometimes it won't go well, but overall, I think it will be a profitable endeavor. But then I'm going to use it in the game, and that's where we'll be covering. So this game, how does it actually work? Let's click on this image and just go through it. So there's going to be 11,000 NFTs, and it's an idle game, so you're probably going to jump into the game for 5 to 10 minutes a day. It's not a full-on Call of Duty kind of game in any way. It's just you go in, you do tasks, you come back, you collect your gold. Sometimes you don't get the gold, I imagine, and you start to use the gold in game. It's a bit of social fun. Now, these type of games will only do really, really well, I guess, if more people come into it. If no one's playing the game, if no new people coming into the game, then it won't actually do well. But I think this will do well, and I'll end on that point, so stay tuned for that. So we've got these 3 different tiers. Of course, this one's going to be the most coveted NFT. So if you mint one of these, it'll be worth more. Don't sell it full of floor if you're just trying to flip it in this game. There will be a lot of NFT volume on this as well. There's a lot of pre-sales done. Let's go over the gold tokenomics. So the total supply is 1 billion, 77.5% are rewards for in the game, 10% goes into the vault, 7.5% is for liquidity, and 5% is for marketing. That is how the game works, and the gold will be emitted over a 2-year period using various game mechanisms and mechanics. So as an example, you can upgrade, you can buy items, you may be able to summon a new hero, that kind of stuff. We'll have to see how it all goes down. But look, it has a 2-year reward distribution. Who knows what's going to happen after 2 years? But I imagine it should be, well, we won't know, to be perfectly honest. But I hope there's still things being built and things being built. At the very least, this is a very fun game experiment. I've learned in gaming on crypto that you don't have to look at a horizon years from now. Even if you have a bit of fun months from now, there will be an opportunity there for you to potentially make money, not financial advice, but generally how it is, and also just have some fun. And it helps the ecosystem, which I'll cover at the end. So the gold utility, as I just covered, you can buy in-game items, level up NFTs, use for trade, summon new heroes, and then you'll have there is a burn mechanism to keep the supply down. And this is how you can get gold. So this goes over here, but I'm going to go over it myself, and the timing I'll go over as well. But this thread will be linked below. The last thing I want to touch on is the mint is scheduled for 1 week after gold's token generation event, so around March 26th. And pre-sale NFTs, if you bought one last year, you'll receive some gold from the marketing allocation. That gold will be dropped directly into the in-game wallet. All right, so firstly, let's just have a very quick glimpse at the markets. The markets are down, and this is a boring time. They've picked up ever so slightly, but Sol was 290, probably shouldn't have been that high, but Sol should have been maybe 250, and we are half price Sol. Ethereum, they will last like 3,900. Oh, how many moons ago? Like, when was it? December? And they didn't stay up there for very long. The only thing that's kind of doing okay is Bitcoin, to be perfectly honest. So this is potentially a very good time to get into something because the markets are boring. You can't LP a whole lot and make good fees. There's no, the LA vape cabals quit on us. So even though they profited mostly, most of us lost money, potentially, it was at least fun. It felt like you could I mean, it didn't seem fun at the time, but after they left, it kind of seemed like it was fun. Because basically you did okay by potentially having a lottery ticket, as long as you had some sort of strategy. So now, in this boring market, these sort of things can attract attention because there's nothing really better to do, potentially. All right, I've used potentially quite a bit, so let's move on. So this gold vault will open tomorrow, now today, at 5 p.m. UTC, dungeons.game.tge. You come here, this pool will open, this will have to be quickly edited in about 5 hours time. And I'm gonna go live maybe an hour or so after it's open, just so I can show you how it kind of works, because people will still, they'll need that. It'll be a quick live stream, and then you can decide what you want to do. I will, they want to raise $3 million, which would put a total kind of market cap at $30 million. However, most of the supply is going to come out over time. So we can't really think in terms of FDV because we've got years. Plus, by the time it's all coming out, probably the vast majority of it would be burnt anyway, meaning it's a low market cap. It can certainly go higher from here. It's not necessarily a speculation asset though. It can go up a little bit more, and then it could go down a little bit more, whatever. But I think in general, it's an in-game utility. You got to have a bit of skin in the game in order to get amongst it. So how it works over here, we can have a look. So the vault opens March 19, 5 p.m. It closes at 5 p.m. March 20. Don't set a reminder to do this like 10 minutes early, just because this is generally done based on Solana blocks, and it can be slightly off. And the UI from Meteor tends to not be like super indicative of when it's actually going to end. So I'll go over strategy on this. Actually, I'll go over the strategy on the live stream, okay? So watch the live stream, or watch the recording of the live stream. So the token purchase period, so this will happen like an hour after this pool is closed. It will buy the tokens, and then you'll be refunded some tokens, some USDC, if it's over 3 million, which it will be over 3 million. It's well and truly going to be over 3 million. There's a decent amount of hype on this. You know, Boogles are involved, a lot of NFT communities are involved, and it's boring out there. This is the most hyped NFT launch on Solana this year, I would say. Then the claim starts at 10 past 6. So that's when tomorrow, then I'll do another live stream and we'll start to DLMM this. Well, we'll wait for like 20 minutes or so, potentially. We'll see what happens. So with this link will be below, but this is the official thing. It hasn't started yet. You go and connect your Solflare wallet, and you will put in some USDC, and then I'll update you in my live stream. I've made plenty of videos on alpha vaults. The reason why alpha vaults are used, FYI, is because otherwise there's quite a few snipers out there now, but there is one in particular that's absolutely epic, Nansen, and he just snipes. He gets the first transaction in the first block, he buys a decent chunk of the supply, and he just dumps on people. And he did it with Nana, they play the heist token, and he's done it with Dupe, he's done it with Mini, and he makes millions. So this gives everyone a fair shot, but it doesn't kind of have that hypiness necessarily, but it's a better system. Okay, a little bit more information regarding DeFi Dungeons itself. So you're playing as you can play with multiple roles with unique play styles, the Banker, the Craftsman, the Adventurer being the most common. I believe, did I get that right? I think so. Come back here to my thread. Pretty sure, but let's just double check, sorry. Yeah, the Adventurer is the most common, okay? And you could have an army of 10 of them, and then you go in and you'll do different raids, go into different dungeons. Maybe you put it in for like 5 hours, 10 hours a day, and then it'll come back and maybe you'll get something or nothing. So what we use that gold for, well, you're going to earn, upgrade, and progress your heroes, which would then get away from the peasant status, which many of us are currently on Solana with the price being down so low, to plunderer, which we would all like to be. And that would, of course, earn more gold, is my expectation. And then there's different kind of skills that you can get amongst. Typically, in the previous game, play the heist, the faster you could level up, the more you could earn. It was kind of the fastest move. So there was a big push for the price to go up immediately. And then as it went up, then it started to come down. So I'm hoping that we've got a bit more a bit more things kind of worked out this time, potentially. And I imagine we will, because the good thing about gaming is you learn. You try a lot of things, you make a lot of mistakes. The majority of games in the Web 2 world do not make it. Web 3 is even harder because of the friction points. And I think Ethereum people and people playing on base, they're going to come across, and I'm going to make a tutorial on how you can get across using bridges so that you know what you're doing. And it can be shared around, get amongst it. So explore the realm. DeFi Dungeons often offers a nostalgic, idle MMORPG experience with an in-depth DeFi and token economy. So anyone that's played like World of Warcraft or Runes and other games which I'm not super familiar with, then we've got this. The other cool thing is they have a referral system. So now they're starting to get more creators involved, because if you create good stuff, you get referrals. You'll probably get like a percentage of the gold, which creates this, this ecosystem of like it's worthwhile to create cool content, which a lot of projects don't have, and they need to have it because content is king. And then we'll have to wait and see how all this sort of stuff kind of comes out, because I don't imagine it's going to come out immediately, but I imagine it'll come out pretty fast, ideally. It'd be cool to have some parties, like, groups of people doing a massive raid, kind of like the Leroy Jenkins meme from World of Warcraft. Guilds, just, groups of friends, and mounts and pets. That could be cool as well. Now let's have a quick look at the first token from Play the Heist, Nana, and just to give you an expectation on, what happened with the market cap of that. So this went up to like a $7 million market cap before coming down and then coming down harder. I think because they end up making different tokens for different games, Nana didn't do well. I think with gold, it's going to be one gold token, that's it. They also had Coco, which came up to about 5 million, then come on down. But there's still people playing Play the Heist. I made like over 20 videos on it. They're no longer on my YouTube just because the game kind of hasn't got, it's lost a lot of traction. But I honestly think, and I could be wrong, but I honestly think that DeFi Dungeons, they would have learned so much from the previous thing. I think they would have gone in, they would have made mistakes, they would have learned from some. They'll still be learning mistakes because no one's actually nailed it properly, and I'm going to show you a couple examples in a second. But I think in general that this should be a load of fun, an absolute load of fun. You can still see that they're getting traction, and that people are playing. Damn, where was this? I missed that, so that was my bad. Okay, I need to pay attention. Trying to. All right, so why do I think it's going to do well? Well, Solana doesn't have anything like hot gaming right now, to be perfectly honest, and narratives kind of form. And I'm going to allude to Axie Infinity. This game went so hyped in the previous cycle. It actually started a cycle before, and then they migrated to Ronin eventually. They created their own network. And this had most of the people in the Philippines playing this game because you kind of like delegate access to the NFTs and they could play this game. And it was just a major earn. And some people were making like 40 grand a month. It was absolutely insane. Now, they're still shipping. They outlasted, they raised a whole lot of money, they made a whole lot of money. Boring game, like hard, maybe it's more fun now, but kind of properly a boring game. And the token, you can have a look at the token, it was just like pumped up and then just like absolutely destroyed. So we're starting off a game which will be a lot more fun, I think, for the average Solana degen that realistically, let's be honest, maybe we want to just like LP, make some money, do a little bit of leverage, go on to some degen plays, research into some hopefully early things, maybe a little bit of cross-chain play, but then like just have a bit of fun, to be perfectly honest. We haven't had fun this cycle like we did in the previous cycle, to be perfectly honest. The other thing that I want to compare it to is Big Time, which is like, a pretty successful game, but has no longer any hype that I've seen on my timeline. And I just want to point out how like hard it is. And when you create these games that require a whole lot of effort but whatever it is, like people playing this game, but I don't think it's getting really a massive amount of attention. And we can see that with like the token came out 2023, and it's kind of been plummeting down right now. It's a tiny market cap, an FTV of 250 million almost. And we're looking at DeFi Dungeons being an even smaller market cap, right? So there is potential for this to actually flourish. We're just talking about the gold token right now. And I do feel that people are going to be bidding this with a bit of size. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if there is 1,000% oversubscribed on this alpha vault, meaning if you put in $1,000, then you're going to get $900 back, and you only get $100 worth of gold token. That's just my kind of idea. The other really good thing to keep in mind is, like, the price of Solana only goes up if there's more interest in Solana, right? You could just buy Sol, stake Sol, and of course you'd stake it with validator.com. But if everyone just did that, you would be like, and I don't mean to cause any offense here, but it'd be more like Cardano, where you can't really do anything with a blockchain. Like, there are some things I know about, but for the most part, what we could probably agree on is more stuff needs to be built over there. So what you have to quite often do is to take a risk on something. Some things are going to find product market fit, and I'm pretty confident here. I am pretty confident, but the heist also did really, really well. And if you had taken profit and still played the game, you would have done very, very well. This, I think, because the heist was in 2023, so that was a bear market. So I think this could actually do extraordinarily well, but I don't want to overhype it because I'm not an overhypey kind of person. I'm just trying to be real with you. So I'm just being real. I think it was going to be fun. I'm trying to accumulate some NFTs, buying some from some people that will be willing to sell them to me because I make content, so it will also help the ecosystem in general. But what I'm thinking is more people will start to come into Solana, and that means more people that will, I don't know, learn about alping on DYOR, use Dupe, use Camino, make some gains, trade some cool meme coins, create a cool meme coin, whatever. So this is something that actually grows a pie. And as I mentioned many years ago, I would like there to be 20 games like this all at once. It'd be hard to find product market fit for 20 games right now, to be honest. But this will probably lead, and then we'll start to see copycats. So you have to be aware of the copycats. I'll kind of keep you posted on them. But if someone has a new idea that they've been building and it looks really cool, then it'll be a success, and this will make Solana far more fun to play on. So that's my take. I will be jumping into gold. I'll be aiming to get like 5K worth of tokens, but I don't think I'm going to be able to get that much because I do think it will be oversubscribed hugely. So then I'm just going to rely on hopefully a decent DLMM strategy, which I will share with you over the coming couple of days when the DLMM pool is actually out. But we'll go live later on today, just so I can show you how you can put it in, so you can catch that video. That should be around like 6 p.m. UTC. Otherwise, you can just watch the recording. Anyway, that's all. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, put them below. Let me know if you're bullish or bearish. Completely open to whatever your viewpoint is. Personally, as you know, I am bullish. I'll leave it there. Catch you in the next video.